Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to install Arduino IDE and install these ESP32 packages in Arduino IDE. Because this ESP32 is very famous these days, so a lot of people are using. And for the beginners, it might be challenging for them to set up the Arduino IDE for the ESP32. So let's get started. First of all, we will go through the steps by steps. These are the steps you have to follow. You will find these steps in the description. So first of all, you have to open your Arduino IDE. Before that, we have to install the Arduino IDE, assuming that you have not installed the Arduino IDE in your system. If you have already in the Arduino IDE installed, you can skip this step. So I'm going to search the download Arduino and I'm going to the Arduino website, and under the downloads for your relevant system you can download. I am using Windows, so I am downloading the Windows version of the Arduino. So I'm waiting for the download to complete it, and then I'm going to install the Arduino IDE. After that, we have to install the relevant packages to the Arduino IDE. So my downloading is still ongoing. Few more seconds, and once download is completed, we can install the Arduino IDE, and then we can go to the ESP32 setup. So now I'm going to open this file and just going through basic settings and installing the Arduino IDE. Okay, cool. The Arduino IDE setup is done. Now I'm going to run the Arduino IDE, and then uh, we will maximize the size. It is it is coming with the code because I was using the Arduino IDE before, that's why. But for you, it will come in as a blank page if it is a fresh installation. Okay, let me start the setup. So what we have to do is now we have to enter this URL because the Arduino IDE does not know where are the packages for the ESP32. In the default Arduino IDE, the packages for ESP32 is not coming with the default Arduino IDE download. So we have to install it manually. So in order to Arduino IDE to find out the packages, we have to provide the URL for that package. The ESP32 website is providing the package uh, for the uh, for the uh, for the ESP32. So we have to copy this URL and then uh, paste into the uh, Arduino IDE. So I am going to copy the URL here, and I copy the URL, and then I'm going to Arduino IDE, and under the Arduino IDE you have to go to the file preference, and under the preference you have a field for the additional board manage URLs. So here you can uh, copy and paste here the URL I have provided in the description. This is from the ESP32 website. So ESP32 website, so it is safe to install this package, and click OK. Now it is downloading some indexes, so it's showing some error message, but I do not see it will affect the 404 not found. Some indexes are not found, so respond with 404. Anyway, this might be let me proceed and see what happens. And now I'm going to go to the tools here. Go to the tools, boards, and click the board manager and search for the ESP32. Go to the tools, go to the board manager, and search for ESP32. Okay, so ESP32 by now, okay, I think for the newest version of the Arduino IDE, they are supporting inbuilt package for by Arduino and by S Espressif system by this is the ESP32 manufacturer. So we have both versions here. Uh, Let me check more details about those. Uh, okay, I think we have to install the mm, version from the ESP32. So this is the version we have to install. So we are going to install that. This installation will take few minutes. You have to wait. Once installation is completed, uh, all the relevant packages for the ESP32 boards are installed in the Arduino IDE. So Arduino IDE will show the ESP32 under the boards. So we can select the relevant ESP32 board and start programming. It is taking some minutes, few minutes, so we will have to wait until it is get completed. So once that installation is done, it is completed. What we have to do is for if you are using a ESP32 development board, for example, from Spark Pan or something like that, you can select the relevant board name. But if you are using a bare board like a PCB custom PCB board with ESP32, you have just developed or your designer, your PCB engineer developed, you can probably select this version under the board ESP32 Dev Module or this one. But it might be different because in ESP32 there are different versions coming. So uh, it's better to select the version according to the ESP32 module version you have, but in most of the cases this one works for you. So let me check the status. It is still installing the packages for the ESP32. It is taking quite more time than expected, so it is normal to take this time because there are a lot of different packages to be installed because many not like older days. Nowadays there are different versions of the ESP32 is coming, so all the packages are installed in this uh, downloading. So it is showing it is downloading different packages. So we have to wait for the installing process to be completed. This is usually take few minutes. So you have to be patient and wait until this is get completed. So for example, you can see here ESP32S3. This is a new version of the ESP32, and so all the packages are coming from the ESP32 website. So just wait for some for the installation to be completed, and then after that your Arduino IDE is ready to go with the ESP32. So okay, now you got the message is successfully installed. Okay, now you can see here it is showing installed. So you are good to go. So now we can start let's say a new sketch. And so in the new sketch you can start programming here, and under the board manager you have to select the board. So what we can do is ESP32 Dev module. So this is the module I advise you to select based on your ESP32. For example, if you are using ESP32 C3, this is a smaller version of the ESP32, the new version. So you can see you select this one. But if you are using ESP32, uh, just ESP32 module, uh, so what you have to do is, if you have a PCB, you have to read the marking on the ESP32 module. So let's say for example ESP32 room 32. In that case, you have to select this one. But if it's say ESP32 C3, then you can select this one. Or if it is a ESP32 S2, you can select this one. Like accordingly, you have to select the ESP32 version here. And in the right side it is showing no ports discovered because the my ESP32 board is not plugged in. But if you have plugged the ESP32 board, and it will show pop up here in under the port, so you can select the ports and click OK. So once this is selected, you can start compiling. Once your program is ready, you have once you have added some line of codes here, then you can compile the code here and download the upload the program to the ESP32 by clicking here. So your Arduino IDE is ready to go with the ESP32. I wish you good luck with your all the projects. Thank you.